biggest thing is just the mismatches. You know, it presents a different set of formations and a different set of rules for the defense to be more gap sound in the run game, but at the same time have an idea of more play action stuff. And then it puts the, you know, for the most part, they bring in more linebackers or a bigger guy because we're bringing in bigger guys, right? So they try and match the personnel, which can also kind of play in our advantage because we got guys that can run routes in both. I mean, everywhere in the tight end room. So it's just you know, trying to take advantage of those mismatches and just be accountable for the team. You know, anything that Coach Reed can imagine, you know, we want to be able to give him that option to call.
Okay, and you said recently in an interview, you talked about the Chiefs and the Browns, and you said maybe they're neck and neck, the two teams for best in the AFC. Can you elaborate on that, what you think about the Browns? I mean, you just throwing some love to your hometown, or what is it about the Browns that you really think is all that?
Well, I mean, I grew up living in the any given Sunday world, man. Any team can beat you, right? I mean, I remember, I think it was 2015 or 14, I forget which year it was, but the Raiders they hadn't had a win on their schedule, or they hadn't had a win in their season yet. We went into Oakland on a Thursday night and took an L to a team that was winless. And I'm not saying that they're the Raiders by any means. I just think that, you know, the Browns have done a great job of, you know, getting that organization back to, you know, a very respectable, very, you know, competitive team. And with that, I mean, you got to respect everybody. You just got to give everybody your best shot. And we're definitely not taking the Browns light. That's for sure.
It's Sam Mellinger. Good, Sam.
Hey, Travis, this is kind of related to what Adam just asked you about, actually, but I know the answer is supposed to be like one day at a time and all that, but you look around the league, who do you see as sort of the biggest competitor, rival, or threat in the AFC to get back to the Super Bowl?
I mean, we got three really good teams in the division. I'm not going to look past anybody in our division. If you look at the entire AFC, outside of the Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers, I mean, obviously the Browns, the Ravens, the Titans just got another huge piece to their offense that's very interesting. And who knows who's going to show up? I mean, there's a lot of good young teams like a Miami. And it's just, you know, you got to be ready. You got to be ready for it all. You can't forget about the Bills. I mean, there's teams all over the place that can come up and get a win, and you just got to respect them all and go to work every single week.
We've got 4 left. We'll go right down the line, starting with Aaron. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, appreciate the time here today, Travis. A lot of noise around Le'Veon Bell and what he had to say on the way out. I'm curious if you're surprised to hear that from a guy that's been inside that locker room, and maybe if you listen to that in relation to your experience.
Yeah, I was surprised. I think Le'Veon, when he came here, was a very hard worker. He's a pro's pro. I mean, he was working his tail off in practice. I think there was a little bit of his body. He was a little banged up there towards the end of the season. And I'm a guy who I was excited when we got him. I was hoping that he was going to be able to help us out a lot. And it's just, you know, you never like to see things like that, especially when I think so highly of a guy like Le'Veon and like Coach Reed. So it's just, I don't know, it's just unfortunate, but I don't talk about other guys' situations. I don't know what happened between them. And, you know, I just appreciate Le'Veon coming in and working as hard as he did. Because I know it was a unique and different situation that he was in, man.
Let's go to Darren Smith. Go, Darren.
Hey, Travis. Hope you're doing well. I'm curious, and I have 2 questions for you. One, how does the mindset and how does the mentality change from the first year when you all missed out on going to the Super Bowl to the next year winning the Super Bowl, and then the year after you lose the Super Bowl? What's the mindset and the work ethic in coming back the following season like that? And then I have a follow-up after that.
I think right now everybody's more motivated now than we were before we won a Super Bowl. You know, I think everybody's still got a bad taste in our mouth on how we finished the season last year. And it's just, you know, that's fuel in the fire. We got a lot of guys flying around right now, excited to come to practice, excited to go to work, and excited to try and get this thing rolling in the right direction early and keep it in that direction. But I think for the most part, the mentality's always been the same, man. We're going to go into this season trying to win every single football game, whether home or away. And with that mentality, man, the sky's the limit, man. We'll let everything else play out how it goes.
Second question, obviously last year you were in the mix, I guess, in the design of the Super Bowl ring. Have they come to you about the AFC Championship ring, or what, or do you have any input on that, or what?
I only want to see rings that I win. I don't want to see the rings that I lose, man. So I'll just leave it at that.
We'll go last to Seren Petro. Go ahead, Seren.
Travis, I know last year was the Run It Back tour, and virtually every single player, at least on the core, was back for the team. This year, there's more of a normal NFL season. There's more turnover, especially along the offensive line. Even the receivers, Sammy moving on. Does that? I know the mindset and the focus, and you guys that have been around for all these years, that it's the next step for all you guys. But for new guys, whether it's rookies or guys coming from other teams, is that maybe an injection, fresh blood? Maybe guys that don't have that Super Bowl ring that a lot of you guys do. Does that added maybe some energy to the room, or is it something you gotta drag them and bring them up to speed and get them up to your level? How does that dynamic work?
I think the Brett Veach and the coaches and the front office did a great job of bringing in guys that are ready to work. I mean, they brought in championship level guys that have been in the playoffs, guys that have been in Super Bowls, guys that are just pros. And that's the biggest thing is to be able to have a culture like Coach Reid has kind of laid the foundation here, and the leaders in this building have laid the foundation. It makes it easy for guys that are professionals that actually want to go to work and want to win, and it means something to them to come in and find that culture and appreciate it and add to it. And that's something that I've always loved about Coach Reid. I mean, being here 9 years now, you see a lot of guys come and go. A lot of guys that you wish we could have never let go. And it's just that's the business of the NFL. So you just got to be able to every single year kind of reboot that entire chemistry, the entire team. Every year is a new year. No matter who's in the building, no matter who you got to be able to create that new team with the guys that are in the building.
NFL icon Travis Kelce opened up about gearing up for the Kansas City Chiefs' new season, but it was his glowing mention of Taylor Swift that truly lit up the moment. His eyes sparkling with pride and emotion that couldn't be hidden. She gives me something I never knew I was missing, Travis shared, still drenched in sweat from morning drills. Sitting on the edge of the practice field, when asked what keeps him grounded through the relentless demands of training, he grinned and replied, "Nothing centers me more than knowing someone believes in me without question. Taylor is that anchor." He described her as globally iconic, yet incredibly down-to-earth, and even revealed that during quiet Kansas City nights, she would craft spontaneous lyrics just to lift his spirits, a soft, inspiring force behind the scenes. While critics may see dating a global superstar as a distraction, Travis insisted it's the opposite. "She's not just there for the wins, she knows the weight I carry," he said. "Taylor always reminds me that I'm enough, win or lose." He added that her presence at several private Chiefs practices meant the world to him, proving that, behind the stadium lights and fame, their bond is real, grounded and built on mutual respect and unwavering support, a love story, quietly unfolding amidst the chaos of elite sports.